What is wrong with Dustin Poirier? I mean, don't think I'm just picking on him just because he is one of Conor McGregor's biggest arch nemesis and because I don't like how he's big leaguing Conor. I'm being actually genuine and actually serious. What is wrong with him? In a recent interview he had with MMA Fighting or MMA Junkie, I think it was, he was saying how he won't fight Conor McGregor again unless it's for the money. He literally and deliberately contradicted himself in the sense that one, he is going to be rich if he fights Conor McGregor. Anyone that fights Conor McGregor is going to be rich. I don't care if you're a tomato can. But that's part of the reason why he took the McGregor fights the second time and the third time was because it was going to be one of the few biggest fights in UFC history. So he contradicted himself in the fact that a fourth fight with Conor McGregor would be massive, massive. And let's not forget, I've gone in depth many times on how Dustin Poirier didn't truly beat Conor McGregor. And I could talk about that topic all the way until I'm blue in the face. There was not finality in that trilogy fight. We did not have a definitive ending. Conor McGregor broke his leg. Sure, Dustin Poirier won that first round pretty decisively, but that doesn't mean he was going to go on and win the fight. So we need to have a fourth one. And there has never been a fourth fight ever in UFC history. There's only been trilogies. Of course, when you think of a fourth match, you think of Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez. That's it. And in UFC, you would think of Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier if that happened. It'd be the biggest fight in UFC history, and he would make $1 million in the process. He'd make more than $1 million. He would be set for life. His kids would be set for life. So why is he contradicting himself? He's thinking he made a big enough wave and a big enough splash to truly mark the Conor McGregor trilogy finished? No, I just don't like how he contradicted himself in the sense that, man, I beat Conor, but I would come back and fight him only for money. Bro, that's what you're going to make. That's what you're going to make. So, like, how stupid do you sound just saying that? I think hanging out with Jake Paul too much got to his head. And the second time he contradicted himself is the rumblings of him and Colby Covington potentially fighting. Colby Covington called out Dustin Poirier this past weekend at UFC 272 because he knows he's not going to get a title shot against Kamaru Usman that easy. And he knows he's not going to get a title fight with Israel Adesanya that easy. So why not go after one of the next best contenders? Not only is he a next best contender, but he's a guy that has history with him, and that is Dustin Poirier. He went after Dustin Poirier when Colby Covington was on his rise. Dustin Poirier didn't like it. Of course, Colby Covington talks about families and religions and things like that. He goes way out of bounds. And Dustin Poirier has had talks of bulking up to 170, basically fighting around at his walk-around weight and fighting Nate Diaz. If he's going to bulk up and fight at 170, he may as well fight Colby Covington. But then he's making these outlandish comments that are saying, oh, well, if I'm fighting Colby Covington, we're both going to jail. I'm not going to make money off of that guy. But just a second ago, you were just saying that you would fight Conor McGregor only if it's for the money, not for anything else, when that's simply all that it would be. These last two Conor McGregor fights that he had were money fights. Even if there wasn't a belt on the line, it was a money fight. And now he doesn't want to fight Colby Covington. He's only talking a big game and only saying these certain things because he knows Colby Covington would listen. And we don't know for a fact if he's going to come up to 170 or not. But I just don't like how he's like saying, oh, we're going to go to jail if we both fight. You can tell when someone is, one, selling a fight, genuinely talking smack, or just blowing smoke up people's asses. And Dustin Poirier is doing that third one. He's blowing smoke up people's asses because I don't think he really wants to fight Colby Covington. And to be honest, I don't even think he really wants to fight Nate Diaz. I don't even think Nate Diaz wants to fight Dustin Poirier. So he's at a weird spot in his career, and he's in total limbo in the sense of he really has no one to fight. And he has a chance to make money against Colby Covington. It would be one of the biggest selling pay-per-views in history. I wouldn't say it would be the biggest selling pay-per-view card in the UFC. But he has a chance to truly shut up Colby Covington after all the disparaging things that Colby has said about him, about his wife, about his daughter. And he just doesn't seem like he's about that. Like, why not get paid to beat up your arch nemesis? I'm pretty sure if I were to go and talk to someone on the street and they would fight someone for money, someone that they absolutely hate, they would do it in a heartbeat. They would ask for the contract right now, and they would make me tell them put the money in their hand right now. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know if it's the money going to his head, hanging out with Jake Paul going to his head, if he's having somewhat of a midlife crisis, but hopefully he gets everything figured out. Hopefully he stops contradicting himself. He's been in the game long enough to know he shouldn't do anything like that. And I hope he fights someone other than someone that will get on his back and choke him out. But other than that, I just hope he's okay. And I hope he gets a fight. The world is better. The sport is better when Dustin Poirier is fighting in the octagon rather than him saying all these things that we all know he does not mean.